My name is April Goggans, and I am a core organizer with Black Lives Matter DC. We often feel invisible. We feel like we're constantly having to convince people of our existence, of the value of our existence, the value of our voices, and to continue to justify why we feel that there's injustice. And I think being able to see Black folks here speaking for other Black folks means that they're also here, right? That we're willing to take what can always end up being a very violent, traumatic situation to get their voices to be able to be heard there without having to risk physical or any emotional trauma. I think for me, it's the feeling of not having to live in fear, that I don't have to be paralyzed by fear. As a mom, it's for my daughter, right? As the great-granddaughter of co-founder of CORE, and it's a legacy, it's a charge that I have, and it's as much internally transformational as it is externally transformation. We had an election watch party, and as the numbers started rolling in, folks were just literally awestruck. I mean, I think some of us were in tears by the end, and we're just like, we knew what it meant because we had talked about it at meetings before, but then turning to each other and saying, so now what? And being organizers, the answer wasn't going to be nothing. So I think immediately, even that week, there were just meetings and meetings and meetings. How to be an organizer, to DC specific organizing, to training. And I think in the last month, people have really realized that we've got to shift to autonomous organizing, that some of the biggest forces we're going to be up against are strictly repression, and that we're going to have to look at how do we protect ourselves, but also how do we organize to get the things that we need to thrive and survive without the support of the state. Every day is a recommitment to making sure that it's not lost. So we're like always planning. I think in the last 2 weeks, we've really been like, how do we make sure that Black folks' voices are out there? Here we dig our feet into the ground again, but in a way that we know resistance is now a way of life, and that there are several ways to resist. This kind of formal protesting is one, but that DC will resist. Baltimore will resist. Black folks will begin to live and understand their world in terms of resisting anything that's trying to attack us on any front.